Mm-hmm. So we just gonna finish up this last main mission, and we're gonna do all of these for the new game plus. When we do the walkthrough, because it can't be helped if I'm about to finish. Because yeah, I didn't record none of this on this shit. I don't want to do all these. They're gonna be even more boring than they already are gonna be. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just gonna go on with the main quest. You know, once I go on with the main quest, main mission, and then once we finish doing that, we'll have the new game plus come in. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, hey, what's the deal? How's it going? Hmm. Oh, fuck. Hold on, yeah. What's the deal? Shauna, it's private. Honestly, I don't even know if like problem. Let's see. Hmm. All right. I hope this is enough. Like I'm feeling like it's not. I'm just really feeling like it's not. I'm trying to think I heard. I'm not playing on hard mode though. Respectfully. Like I'm kind of feeling like we're gonna get cooked. A little worried. A little worried. I ain't gonna lie to you. And what's the worst case scenario? Like we lose, right? Like let's see. I'm just trying to like fuck with the. Hmm. Alright. Sorry, like these some things won't really need to happen in the future either. So, boom. Alright, here we go. Here we go. Now we rocking for sure. Well, fine. Here's the thing: those newcomers who come here, turns out they make for some interesting sport. Hope Big Bro's happy too. See you later. What did I do that triggered that? I can't leave her phone? That was already wood and man, feel right on. Oh, okay. At the very least, I guess I gotta do this. My bad, y'all. I'm used to the Switch controls. I'm playing Pokemon ZA. So don't mind me if I get those controls messed up. Don't dare nobody now. Come on. Come on. Oh, let me get right real quick, y'all. Okay. 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 What's the deal, y'all? Come on. Double tap the all bang, so love. Y'all be rocking. I gotta get my get right real quick, you know. You know. We for sure about to rock out. Yeah, it's crazy. I really can make these videos and little shit like this now. Once I get my audio like rocking, oh my goodness, it's all over. And mind you, I already have the mic and everything. It's just like literally when I watch the videos, something like I don't know, I'm not doing something right, or they're not explaining right, or I don't know, this shit outdated. It's just not working. Cheers, y'all. Appreciate everybody. Double tap the screen, double tap the screen, repost, share so love. Come on now, what you think doing it like this, y'all? Come on. FOEJ, the one to pay. Okay, FOEFilmz, man. We here, buddy. Oh. Come on. Let's put the back row. Look. What to put his background? I'm not recorded, so I don't even got like put on no copyright. Right. What do I start? I don't know the word yet. I'm still figuring it out. I'm new. You know, we just started. Come on. Media operation means I want to get monetized or something. Let me do that. Let me what I put on? Hmm. Let me put some on y'all me right now because there need to be something for like fill up the space for the small moments I might be silent or something. Digimon, Time Strangers, no copyright music. They got new pairs. Dude, like, yeah, let me like get up to date on shit. New things in Digimon Time Strangers. Let's get up to date.
Running a business in the network is so complex, but you know what? You run your business and trust you.
How you holding up? The greatest Oni carnival is on fire. The Guardians.
Alright guys, so since Time Stranger released, we went over 10 tips and tricks you should know, 10 more tips and tricks you should know, 10 more. And today we're going to be going over 10 advanced tips and tricks that you should know. All the previous videos are linked in the description. The tips I'm going to be going over today are for people who are in I did see
you kept you waiting long enough. The fighters will now enter the arena.
For the most part, you might get a little bit lost if you haven't played through the game already or are new to Digimon Story Time Traders. So
the Almighty Champions make their triumphant return to Paradise Cutscene.
About like the final boss and stuff like that. So don't come back to me and get mad.
The Angel of Virtue, Great Angel, and High Angel have descended upon us from the Guardian Palace. How could you lose to someone like this? It is only human after all. I'm seriously starting to worry, Clavis and Digimon. Hold your tongue. You're talking to the Angel of Virtue, who just happens to be fond of sleep. Right, Clavis and Digimon? I'm not exactly sure why both of you words are hurting me deeply. I ask that the two of you remain silent.
Once your stat hits 9999, it cannot go any higher. Equipment attachments that increase the stat itself, further Digifarm trading, and increasing cumulative stats through loading will not change the stats whatsoever.
See, like, I'm not worried either.
Or personality skills. If you have a move that buffs your stats, then it will increase the stat which above 1,999. I get a lot of questions from people asking why I would use buffs on my for example, if my attack's already at 9999,
whoa.
This is why. Temporary buffs do still work. Speaking of equipment attachments, this is actually something that I do. Previous video, however, if you haven't seen that, the speed equipment attachment is expect work. Even if your speed is at the max, if you attach one of these to your Digimon, it will actually put in front of all other Digimon in your party in terms of turn order.
Oh, yeah, this is good damage.
First, remember to set
guys.
The Digifarm a minute ago, and I actually have to make a correction to some of my previous videos where I stated that Digifarm stats are not permanent. While this is true, if you simply raise something to 9999, then the Digivolve it will not reach 9999 again instantly, or even necessarily by leveling it up. However, just like any other time when you need Digivolve at Digimon, you do actually pass over a portion of these farm stats as cumulative or bonus stats. While I recommend that you save a lot of your Digifarm trading for either personality shifting or topping off stats which have already reached max level, this is a significant piece of information for now. I've made some videos talking about it.
I mean, when
Mega State and
90 power, 65.
Digimon, then DD development again in order to basically get a pretty extra Digimon.
Increase the niggas of the holy tree.
In as stated and in the
These niggas are all about to get whooped upon. Oh my goodness. You got 100? That looks like it hurts a lot.
Digimon and Digimon. Wagamon goes down.
Everybody needs a heal right now.
Digimon again.
Everybody needs a heal right now.
Loading is actually based on the talent of your Digimon, not the bond and not the stage necessarily. So, Imperial Dramon here. He's level 99. He's Mega Plus Digimon. If I were to load him into Version 1, I'd go to level 54 with 45,926 XP to the next level. Okay, he's got 100% bond and 100% talent. This Craniumon plus Bearmon has no bond but 100% talent. If I load him, same exact thing. So these are both Mega Pluses, but Angemon here is at 100 talent as well, and if we look at the XP we're going to get, it's exactly the same. So it does seem that talent is going to play more into the amount of XP you're going to get than anything else. That being said, Stage does seem to play a role up to a point, because if we look at Deputymon here, who is a champion Digimon, with
hit him with the whatever we got. Yeah.
All these rookies with
let me even put it to 20 so we can see what we're doing still.
So it seems that there's a certain threshold where the stage of the Digimon stops mattering. So keep that in mind when loading. You don't
circuit defense.
Involve everything. I did the same thing with a bunch of Magnamons versus Ankylomons with the infinite XP loop that I talked about in the previous video, and it was the same experience here.
Dark to spin. I know that's hurting. Yeah, that's hurting too, though. I'm bringing it back with the homie looks like a movie. I mean, 90s are. I want to see it. Want it? Yeah. Ow. Barely did anything, honestly, though. Nah, let's get rid of you, bro. I want you out of here. It didn't even do that. Oh my goodness. Goodness? Here, have more. No. No. Hey, what's the deal, man? Appreciate y'all, man. I'm gonna explain again just one linger. So I played the game.
I forgot to mention that this is a really good
before I started making like content and shit. And then right when Pokemon ZA came out, pretty much is where I was left off. I want to make a walkthrough of this, but I don't want to have to do all these a million side quests that are at the end, even to get to like super cold Digimon and shit. So just doing what's required pretty much. And once I do what's required, then yeah, I'm honestly.
They're really annoying.
Yeah, once I do what's required, I'm gonna restart and get this right.
It's an absolute boss breaker.
I'm gonna restart and do this walkthrough.
Remaining HP and damage. This is people for different bosses that have clear punishment, and especially for the final boss who basically will give up the hell out of the team, has a bunch of phases, and will literally let you smash through a bunch of the fight. Trust me when I say this is something you're going to want to have your Mega Plus. Speaking of the final difficulty, and while you can access this difficulty by playing through New Game Plus, you don't actually have to beat the whole game in Mega Plus. That's the final boss. You can literally play New Game Plus mode in the story difficulty, and then right before the final boss, you shift it up to Mega Plus, and then defeat him, which will earn the trophy. I'm working on a full achievement/trophy video, and I'm going to be elaborating further, but yeah, unless this gets patched out, changing difficulties will not screw you over. This is another question I get.
Oh my goodness.
Guys, I'm not sure if it's technically needed.
You got hit hard.
Serious question.
I didn't even see. I wasn't very dangerous.
The age of a Digimon doesn't really matter as long as that Digimon has good special moves. Since all stats max out at 9999 and any Digimon can learn any attachment skill, the base stats of a Digimon aren't as important as you think in endgame. There are Digimon that are really good and are not Mega or Mega Plus. One example of this is Agiomon, who can act as really good evasive support with a Track Echo stacked with some evasion equipment. The number one thing you should be looking for to determine whether or not a Digimon is good in the absolute endgame, when all stats are maxed out, is the special moves it has and if its defensive typing sort of matches your team, not necessarily its stage. Another excellent game that I touched on in a recent video, for those that haven't seen it, is the fact that combo magic, which is a personality skill, actually has a weird quirk when it comes to the overhealing effect of Dragon's Breaks. If a Digimon is skilled beyond 100% HP, for some reason the combo magic ability, which is supposed to allow Digimon to attack with magic skills twice in a row, if their health is low and it's based on a chance, actually gets flipped on its head and will be activating every single time. As you can imagine, this does get pretty broken, and I think there's a good chance that it might end up getting patched out. Finally, number 10, another big question. Who is the fastest Digiride Digimon? Maybe not the most advanced tip, but you're going to have to be towards the end game to get this guy because, yes, I do believe it is the Alzamon. The dude's got a motorcycle, so what do you expect? I did run some tests with some of the faster Digirides, and the Alzamon and his Mega Plus form seemed to outperform every single time. I was really surprised when I saw people wondering if different mounts had different speeds. Absolutely they do. There are some really slow ones and some really fast ones. So if you want to get at the Alzamon, check out my guide going over the Demon Lord evolution trees.
I already got to be out of mine. I didn't even know.
Yeah, those were another 10 tips and tricks that you should definitely know in Digimon's very time stranger, especially if you're planning on going for 2D plus difficulty or just want to.
Let's restart again because it's like I only really seen the last one or something.
In the previous video, however, if you haven't seen that, the speed equipment attachments have a sort of interesting effect where even if your speed is at the max, if you attach one of these to your Digimon, it will actually put it in front of all other Digimon in your party in terms of turn order. This can be useful as it'll let you determine which Digimon goes first in order to set up a particular combo. We mentioned the Digifarm a minute ago, and I actually have to make a correction to some of my previous videos where I think that Digifarm stats are not terminal. While this is true, if you simply raise something to 9999 and then de-Digivolve it, it will not reach 9999 again instantly, or even necessarily by leveling it up. However, just like any other time when you de-Digivolve a Digimon, you do actually pass over a portion of these farm stats as cumulative or bonus stats. While I recommend that you save a lot of your Digifarm training for either personality shifting or topic off stats once you've already reached max level, this is a significant piece of information to know. I've made some videos talking about an infinite loop where you can take a Digimon straight up to its Mega State, then de-Digivolve it into a Fusion Digimon, then de-Digivolve it again in order to basically get a free extra Digimon, then repeat the process. In as stated in Infinite Loop, there are multiple Digimon that this can be done for, but for maximum XP and timeliness, some of you pointed out that the best is to use a Zealous Stingmon and Digivolve it up to Grand Digimon, and then down into Dino Beamon, and then Stingmon again. And I've made this mistake in the past too, but loading is actually based on the talent of your Digimon, not the bond and not the stage necessarily. So if we look at Imperial Digimon here, he's level 99, he's Mega Plus Digimon. If I were to load him into Forgemon, I'd go up to level 54 with 25,926 XP to the next level. Okay, he's got 100% bond and 100% talent. This Craniumon plus and Bearmon has
TikTok
bond, but 100% talent.
The winner, the champion team. Alright, now we should be able to just
But
go.
Digimon here is at 100 talent as
Yeah, I forgot there. Another courser of a battle.
XP we're going to get is exactly the same. So it does seem that talent is going to play more into the amount of XP you're going to get than anything else. That being said, stage does seem to play a role up to a point because if we look at Deputymon here, who is a champion Digimon with a talent of 26, he's going to bring me to level 14, while his rookies with a talent of 30 are going to bring me to 12. So it seems that there's a certain threshold where the stage of the Digimon stops mattering. So keep that in mind when loading. You don't necessarily have to Digivolve everything. I did the same thing with a bunch of Magnamons versus Ankylomons with the infinite XP loop. Speaking of exploiting the game, this is another thing I talked about in my video, but I did forget to mention this. This is a really good way to farm Digimon and more. Basically, in battle,
Send me unreleased music or send me unreleased music or recommendations for background.
As you said, if you watch my video on how to speak farming music, you know that this particular grid, the fire cosmic, will net into the battle and turn on the battle. Over the course of several hours, you'll notice that you gained immortal eggs and platinum noodle on scan percent as well. Give it a shot if you're trying to farm these items because they're really annoying. Looking for it. Okay, I'm working on a guide for a Mega Plus team, but here's a little teaser. A popular one is an absolute boss breaker with a special angle that does 20% of your Digimon HP and damage flat. This is useful for certain bosses that have HP replenishment, and especially useful for the final boss who basically will debuff the whole team, has a bunch of pages, and will literally let you smash through a bunch of fight. Trust me when I say this is something you're going to want to have on your Mega Plus team. Speaking of the final fight in the game, there is a trophy for beating the game on Mega Plus difficulty, and while you can only access this difficulty by playing through Mega Plus, you don't actually have to do the whole game as the final boss. You can literally play the game Plus mode, the story difficulty, and then right before the final boss, shift it up to Mega Plus, and then defeat him with the trophy. I'm working on a full achievement/trophy video. I'm going to be elaborating further, but yeah, unless this gets patched out, changing difficulties will not screw you over. This is another question I get from a lot of you guys, and I'm not sure if it's technically an advanced tip, but I feel like it belongs here, especially since we're talking about maximum stats and stuff like that. But no, the stage of a Digimon doesn't really matter as long as that Digimon has good special moves. Since all stats max out at 9999, and any Digimon can learn any attachment skill, the base stats of the Digimon aren't as important as you think in the endgame. There are Digimon that are really good and are not Mega or Mega Plus. One example of this is Agilmon, who can act as really good evasive support with a track echo stacked with some evasion equipment. The number one thing you should be looking for to determine whether or not a Digimon is good in the absolute endgame, when all stats are maxed out, is the special moves it has and if its defensive typing sort of matches the team, not necessarily its stage. Another exploit in the game that I touched on in a recent video, but those that haven't seen it,
Alright, my bad.
which is a personality skill, actually has a weird quirk when it comes to the overhealing effect of Trade and Breaks. If a Digimon is skilled beyond 100% HP, for some reason the combo magic ability, which is supposed to allow Digimon to attack with magic skills twice in a row, if their health is low and it's based on a chance, actually on its head, it will be activated every single time. As you can imagine, this does get pretty broken, and I think there's a good chance that it might end up getting patched out. Finally, number 10, another big question: who is the fastest Digimon? Maybe that's the most, but you're gonna have to be towards the end game to get this guy because yes, I do believe it is Yalzamon. The dude's got a motorcycle, so what do you expect? I did run some tests with some of the faster Digirides, and the Yalzamon is Mega Plus form seemed to outperform every single time. I was really surprised when I saw people wondering if different mounts had different speeds. Absolutely, they do. There are some really slow ones and some really fast ones. So if you want to get a Yalzamon, check out my guide, Demon Lord Evolution Trees. But yeah, guys, those were another extended tips and tricks that you should definitely know if you want to sort of time stranger, especially if you're planning on going through the Mega Plus difficulty or just want to, I don't know, be crazy at the game. Why not? We've got a total of 40 so far. I think I've said this multiple times that there's a chance I might do another 10. I'm not exactly sure. I think I've gone through a lot of tips and I've recycled some of them from videos that I've already posted, but I think this is a nice, like, clean and concise way to get them all out and then let people decide if they want to expand on that knowledge by checking out the other videos. As always, guys, thanks so much for watching. Special thanks to our supporters, especially Katie Bruncy, Dragsoft, Valorware, Nemo, and Black Police. See you next time. Peace.
Discover huge savings in Wonders of the Sea through the joy of the holidays at SeaWorld's Christmas celebration. Make new friends with over 9,000 animals, including
Like $4 billion payout. Thousands of survivors. That's right. It is sad message. If your abuse happened, they account.
Good morning, guys.
Real holiday cheer.
Good morning, guys. Yep, stop that.
SeaWorld's Christmas celebration. See the
Good morning, guys. Yep, stop that.
Black Friday presale.
What do you guys do?
You hear the blazing hot news from your friends at Verizon? Verizon will take your current AT&T Extra mobile bill and give you an even better deal. Are you tired of phone plan giving for
Good morning, guys.
premium prices, but none of this prices? You want a plan for the works, not a handful of cards? Well, we have a deal for you. You thought Verizon was expensive. Think of this. With Verizon's best value guarantee, better value is as easy as 1, 2, 3. And we're so confident we want you to play us. Verizon will take everything.
Oh.
Alright, right. Just bring your AT&T T-Mobile bill that you want from Verizon stores today. Sit down with our team today. No time at all. Walk out with something fresh, shiny, and delicious.
Good morning, guys. Hey, watch it. Give us that flat ball.
Best deal. So don't be nervous. We've got spectacular service when it comes to speed,
Good morning, guys.
reliability, and quality. You better believe you can trust the fastest, the most reliable.
Give us that flat ball.
That's how you ever like.
You guys do.
LA County approved.
It never takes use the same
Good morning, guys.
$1 million payout.
And like little flexibility with your flexibility. With our 3-year price, you can count on it. With the new phone commission, you trading commission. Just like magic, you get all of the latest yet. New and existing customers get all of the same great phone deals today. And that's not all. Real big one, discount perks. Get 40% off of your favorite streaming service. So grab your current bills, hurry on down to your local Verizon store, and head home with a steal of a deal and some extra happiness. You get it all. America's best buy weekend. Ultimate flexibility. Us. And exclusive products. All at a value that will blow your current plan out of the water. T-Mobile for AT&T Go Red and come into your local Verizon stores to get Verizon's best value guarantee. 1-800-266-2227. Find a store nearest you. That's 1-800-266-2227. 1-800-266-2227. Likewise, not invested in government initial and not required operation of American or Mexican control.
Celebrate the season with local favorites. Set out a spread of classic European holiday foods for a sweet gathering of Christmas cheer.
Almost, yeah, I promise. I'm just finished posting these. 2 more social media threads, and then YouTube.
Alright, what's going on, guys, and welcome back. So you've really been enjoying my Digimon Storytime Stranger tips and tricks videos. I've already put together 2, each of which go over 10 tips and tricks for a total of 20. We're going to be going over another 10, totaling our count to 30. Some of these are going to be topics I've discussed in previous videos, put into condensed format. I will leave any relevant links to videos that will expand upon some of these in the description, but consider these tips and tricks to be more for mid and late game players, as there are some exploits that will only be able to be done once you've progressed significantly through the game. We will have some beginner tips mixed in as well, but make sure to check out the Advanced Tricks Guide for a ton of beginner tips. Anyways, we're going to be talking about when you should be Digivolving, how to get some free armor Digimon, how to get free XP while being completely AFK. We're going to be talking about how to get infinite Digimon, another cheese method in order to get the Olympus 12 for free, basically, and more. So as per the usual, make sure to sit back, relax, subscribe for more Digimon and Monster King videos, and let's dive in. Alright, so we're going to start things off with a pretty cheeky way in order to get XP while you're not even playing the game. This isn't like the fastest experience points boosting method, but you could literally do it while you're sleeping, which is why I think it's noteworthy. So if you go to the heat cosmic area, I'm going to be using the heat area because the mud Digimon give more XP. You could basically progress towards the end where there are a bunch of mud Digimon basically rolling towards you. If you simply stop your character in the middle of the hill, they'll just keep rolling at you forever. And you could just turn animations all the way up and just leave your game and get XP indefinitely. Again, it's not the fastest way, but you can literally sleep or go to work and let this magic for you. It's something to keep in mind if you want to get some XP while you're not actually playing. Another pretty interesting tip that you guys might not know is if you're trying to complete your field guide, you don't actually have to obtain the fusion Digimon. You can simply have the Digimon perform mid-battle fusion.
All right, here we go.
Want more information on, check out my special.
We're about to finish the story, y'all.
I'll actually fill them out.
And then when I wake up later today, because that's how I'm going to see. When I wake up later today,
That's a really easy way to just get it without having
we're going to start the new game
personality.
plus.
Keep in mind, one of your Digimon's personalities has to match the fusion requirements in question. An earlier game tip that I did make a video about already is that if you've completed the quest involving Pegasusmon, meaning you to get various armored eggs for him so he can Digivolve Digimon in the streets, you can actually talk to all of these Digimon who were in the front square area of Central Town 8 years ago, and they will.
I know all y'all just waking up and shit.
Prerequisites to get them. You'll just get about 3 level 20 Digimon.
Barely about to go
Something
sleep.
to grab
So,
if you're still early on in the game and
last shot of the night.
Digimon for your
Let me
playthrough.
really get my disease in.
3 evolutions. Okay, so this next tip has to do with the Digifarm.
Tweeter, yeah.
A lot of you guys might not know if you haven't really been talking to the Pseudomon NPC that sells you farm equipment, but the C-level training items actually do not shift your personality. So if you want to focus specifically on grinding out a certain stat, you can buy these items and use them on your Digimon without having to worry about your personality changing if you're already in an optimal position. All of the other ones,
Due to my inadequacy as leader, Chronomon is able to manipulate many titans into joining the conflict. And I headed to the battle in order to bring my allies to their senses, but everyone was suddenly dragged here.
they're going to be integral.
My objective is the same as yours, to defeat Chronomon. Chronomon has emerged with the Akashic record as such. The system that... Wait, why am I talking over? I'm used to Pokemon. Yo, my bad. I'm gonna let this pop.
Infinite pool of Digimon in order to either close them off or change them into another Digimon or whatever. If you have a Digimon that is the Digi-evolution of Fusion,
Oh, it's because I actually, never mind, because I technically don't have the audio connected, so I should. I forget I said
actually Digivolve that Fusion Digimon who you never even created in the first place to receive an extra Digimon that is part of the Fusion combination. In the video, I showed you how to get Angemon up to Goldramon without even having to level them up, and de-Digivolve and then back into Angemon, which gives you the free Kilomon, and then doing that loop and repeat. This is a great exploit for if you want to gain a bunch of XP or bonus stats. Of Central Town 8 years ago, and they will join your team. So you won't even need prerequisites to get them. You'll just get a bunch of free level 20 Digimon. So it's something to grab if you're still early on in the game and want some armor Digimon for your playthrough without having to get their free evolutions. Okay, so this next tip has to do with the Digifarm, and a lot of you guys might not know if you haven't really been talking to the Pseudomon NPC that sells you farm equipment, but C-level training items actually do not shift your personality. So if you want to focus specifically on grinding a certain stat, you can buy these items and use them on your Digimon without having to worry about your personality changing if you're already in an optimal position. All of the other ones do, so make sure you grab these.
Look who we have here. Wait, I remember now. Lord Pokemon said something about these guys being artificially created or something like that.
money. So
Yeah, something about replicas of memories in time. It made my head hurt though, so I just stopped listening. Hey, give me a hand. If we fighting copies, we'll do better if we work together. Hey, let me guess. You want to fight some more, right? Let's do it then. Okay, time for our special formation. Here comes our brutal wave attack.
Close them up.
My name.
Digimon that is the Digivolution of Fusion Digimon. For example, Ultramon who can de-digivolve into Shakuamon. You can actually de-digivolve that Fusion Digimon, which you never even created in the first place, to receive an extra Digimon that was part of the Fusion Digimon. In the video, I showed you how to
boom.
Digimon
Hey, that was powerful.
without even having to level them up, then de-digivolving them back into Digimon, so if you bring a Philemon, and then doing that.
Oh my goodness.
This is a great exploit for if you want to gain a bunch of XP or bonus stats without really having to do any work. This exploit has to do with an NPC that you might have. So basically, in spoiler warning, there is a certain section in the game where Central City switches the NPCs around, and one of the NPCs is a Wendigomon. He actually does not leave the game permanently. If you go to the sewers, again, in the present version of Central City, you can find him and sell materials used for crafting purposes.
I couldn't tell that is because he was my original.
He's actually down here. So make sure if you're visiting you go to talk to him, you might just have to look at him. So when it comes to de-digivolving and de-digivolving, I always get questions about when is the best time to do this. And there isn't really a right or wrong answer. You can find your into what determines how many times you can pass over bonuses. So for bonds at 100, you can do this 100 times. Also of note is that loading passes over bonus stats as long as you're not level 99, so you're not really going to be in a situation where you run out of the ability to pass bonus stats over and your Digimon gets locked out of max stats, because even then you can still use the Digimon. That being said, your talent is also
500%.
So a good time to de-digivolve your Digimon is if you've already reached that max level. There's no point in continuing doing that stage. De-digivolve will allow you to get bonus stats in, which may allow you to digivolve further the next time you reach that level. If you reach max level and you can digivolve, obviously do that. That's going to increase your
Let me have some fun too.
chance. Definitely digivolve at that point. If you're trying to get
I was like another one? Like, how's that fair?
for de-digivolve, technically you could go all the way up to level 99 and de-digivolve from there, but I wouldn't worry about it too much. Just de-digivolve when your Digimon seems to be hitting a ceiling in terms of its power or its level, and you should.
That one thing? It's like this. Still hit him right. Yeah. Put him up there. Yeah. Good pop. Pop him, dog. Yeah, just straight like that. Think I'm playing, but I'm not.
So at the very end of the game, there is a gauntlet that you can go through, which allows you to fight the Olympus 12. And when you do so, you get a 5% scan on all of them. Now, I went over a similar tip in my Chaosdramon video, but if you set the difficulty of the game to story and lose the battle on purpose, you can then retry it in invincible mode and basically let the game play for you and scan all of them at 100%. Now, keep in mind, this is going to take a really long time, but if you're lazy and want to kind of AFK it, you can start the battle, go do some chores or whatever, come back when it's done, rinse and repeat. You're going to have to do it 20 times to scan them. It's a really slow way of doing it, but you can get a free set of Olympus 12 pretty easily that way. Okay, so another tip regarding the Digi Farm, and this might seem like an odd tip, but I see so many people complaining about the Digi Farm, justifiably so, because of the lack of an evolution menu. making it annoying to like check for personalities. Honestly, before you go in, if you're going to be shifting a lot of personalities, write down what you're going to do. In order to fill up my field guide, I actually had to write down a bunch of different Digimon that I wanted to digivolve using the personality digivolution method, where if your personality matches up with the digivolution in question, it'll actually cost less stat requirements, which is actually faster than like leveling everything up. The point is, unless they add some sort of patch to the game that makes it easier, the Digimon can be a little bit funky with menus and stuff like that. So if you have a lot of different things you can do, write it down before you go in. Otherwise, you're going to have to come back out, go back in, come back out, and it just becomes a big thing. Finally, last but not least, this is a tip for you guys playing on Mega and Mega Plus difficulty. Please create backup saves before major battle. Mega Plus is insanely difficult, even if you have max stats, and a lot of enemies are going to require specific. So if you go into a battle and you're not prepared, you might lose, and have a couple options when you lose. It's either to reload a save, which most of the time the game will autosave at an optimal time for you, or you'll have to retry with the same team, which you have to prepare some.
Oh, yeah, I'm moving.
Just
Why didn't I heal? I don't know.
having a lot of backup saves
I need heal.
also allow you to go back if you've gotten
I need heal.
in which you maybe should have gotten something that would have helped in future battles. So make sure you're doing a lot of.
It's probably just getting started. Now it's my turn.
I do want to make a video talking about how difficult Mega Plus is too, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, guys, those are 10 more tips and tricks from Digimon Story Time Stranger. At this point, I've completely filled out my field guide. I've put, I think, over 80 hours in the game at this point. Keep in mind, I wrote to really to take care of, and I'm very
Oh, that's a lot of
happy
damage.
with the guides we have so far. I still have
This is 200. I've never been using this. Come on.
Digimon Story Time Stranger.
Oh my
It's
goodness.
not stopping anytime soon. We're gonna have DLCs for the next year. I want to talk about some critiques of the game. I also want to make
He's
videos
whooping really bad.
other monster gaming games that Digimon Story Time Stranger. So definitely subscribe to the channel, because as a channel that covers monster gaming as a list at this point, Digimon is a pretty integral franchise. It's something that I cover quite frequently. Also, just wanted to say special thanks to my supporters, especially Candy Nancy, Tragsoft, Valorware, and Emo, and Applebee's, and we'll see you in the next one.
Oh my goodness. I didn't really live, but we got whooped. That is bad. I'm about done though. Come on. It's really a sign that's no good. If we getting whooped up like this already,
Enjoy the holidays.
full.
Christmas celebration with festive friends, shows, and holiday exclusives. Over millions with giveaways. Save up to 60% on tickets, fun cards, and passes during our Black Friday pre-sale.
I be getting the controls confused because I was just on Pokemon VA. Don't kill them. They kill them. They be like that.
Hey, I need a real runner from you right now.
Let's go back.
We do that.
We did it. I was sure we were down for it. How are you?
What is up, YouTube? That's it for today. I'm happy with you guys. Pokemon Legends the game team building guide. It's been a couple of days since we've done one of these, and so many things have changed since the last iteration of team building guides. We learned a lot more about how the damage calculator works, and I really think we're getting a really
You know how Pokemon have?
I'm excited for Pokemon CEA. So today what I'm doing is we're looking around the Stone. I what's going on Pokemon that I
Filling your bagel? Of course. It's a great potatoes, eggs, and pasta with 3 minutes. Including such a connection.
Where am I supposed to go? Oh. What's the deal? Our next Glory, how you doing? Our next destination is quite far. This won't be an easy journey, Clark. Headaches, diarrhea, I can see it all now, but that's where you want to go, right?
Yes, it's decided then. We'll see.
Of course.
James, my wife, it's a mess.
Let's check on this Pokemon ZA. Oh, a bunch of options here. Look.
Howdy, what's going on, guys?
You look at we have any data, some stronger data.
Yeah, in this Digimon story, we're going to go over the brand new patch notes that just dropped this morning on the 6th of November. There is a lot to go over, so I'm just going to get right into it. As you're walking this page, remember to hit the like button. I really appreciate that. See all this crap. That's a lot of big things. Okay, so let's go over it, okay? First one says, fix an issue where objective markers for certain missions were not displayed correctly. They fixed an issue in the main mission. Reunions were in trouble where using false arts immediately after a guest Digimon leaves during the battle with Raremon could block game progression. Fixed an issue in the main mission Resonating Thoughts where under certain conditions Electmon's movement could block prevention progression. Fix an issue in the main mission Gathering Storm Clouds where after a game over during the battle with Paramon, selecting the retry battle could prevent game progress after restarting the battle. Fix an issue in the main mission, the Titan's Grudge, where under certain conditions, field interact. Where under certain conditions, the event seen in Special Forces Underground Base entry would not play progression. Fixed an issue in the main mission No Cure for Stupidity, where during normal battles the escape option could not be executed and give up was triggered instead. Fixed an issue in the main mission Fixed an issue in the main mission No cure for stupidity. Like I said, I guess there were two things in there. Fix an issue in the main mission's No Cure for Stupidity and the Mad where when visiting the end of computer as a part of scenario progression, enabling Mark's current objective for a side mission would prevent Mark's current objective for the main mission from being re-enabled after. That's a lot. Okay. Fix an issue in the main mission, the final battle over the natural order, where under certain conditions, win the battle against Barbamon to prevent game progression. Fix an issue during certain phases of the final battle, where even after successfully performing a charge break, the enemy special.
Yeah, you good?
Fix an issue where the final boss HP did not match the actual damage.
Nah, not really.
Fix the issue during the final boss battle where Digimon was not affected by certain battle animations. Fix an issue where starting the new game plus with save data that had reached the main mission at the beginning of the end. As Adriel shoots one instead. I'm not sure that's a bad thing. Fix an issue during New Game Plus where in the main mission
like mentally
using the battle
or like side effects
while controlling Adriel Toothmon to prevent game progress. Fix an issue in the side mission Pegasus Mon to the world, where if you possess the Digi Egg of Sincerity, the option to hand over the Digi Egg would not appear when